David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Buckeyes will boot it away to start the game. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So UCLA's offense will get first crack at it today. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on, they punch the clock, and they're hard workers.
They'll run the RPO and throw it right. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. He'll keep it himself. Crosses the 45. And he gets the first down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin. The Bruins come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Looking to throw, it's Iamaleava. Hauls it in. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Pulls it and fires to the left. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field.
And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some indecision. Nice job getting a sack early in this football game.
You couldn't dial it up much better than that as he knocks it out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. The Buckeyes offense will have its first possession of the game. He's been a story all season long, just continues to impress. The question remains, of all the catches he's made, can he reel in the Heisman Trophy, Jesse?
Well, the games are only going to get bigger because of his success in the first half of the year. His team is winning a lot of games. It's about championships, but this guy has an opportunity to win the Heisman Trophy. He's a big part of his team's success.
No doubt, and the whole field's slanted towards stopping him. But he's been that good through the first part of the season. Can he continue? Against better competition and championship moments, that will decide whether he wins.
There he goes! Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. The sure hands, it's Smith. He stopped at the 49 after gaining 10.
Could this guy be the next receiver to bring home a Heisman Trophy? He's got everything you look for in a game changer at the receiver position. He's off to a great start in this one.
Caught over the middle, it's Smith. It's running room. Ripping off a huge chunk of yardage, and he's got it just outside the 10 at the 11.
And this guy continues to pour on the stats. That's why he's in the Heisman picture, right? Had over 100 receiving yards last week. He's off to a great start today. Defenses just can't figure this guy out.
He makes a grab. Oh, and he thought he had a chance to house him, but the defense tackles him at the 3. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. And he will score! Touchdown, Ohio State! Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skilled players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Back to throw, it's ucla. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. They're dealing with a second and long. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Gets it across the 30 to the 31. A pickup of 5. Hang on, Sloopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Firing to the right, complete. Such a big part to convert these third downs, and they've got it at the 42. And the Bruins will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Quickly out to the tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Unloads it left. Got his man downfield. His defense giving up ground as he's finally knocked down at the 26. You can become a star making efficient plays and getting 1st down, sort of like a Mark Harmon kind of way to play quarterback for the Bruins.
And then you become a big star. And in Hollywood, what a talented dude, obviously.
Pass rush, coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
Well, this guy's become a bit of a problem for opposing offenses. In their last game, he had 2 sacks, and he's dominating again, getting his 1st sack in this game now. He right now is wrecking people's game plans, and this offense better find out how to slow him down.
Get it out on the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. The Bruins are way behind the sticks on this 3rd and 4 effort. Wants to throw. It's ucla. They'll run the screen. And how about that alertness and that swarming D to keep them from getting the 1st down? It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. Never a doubt for this big-footed guy. 49-yard field goal is good.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Can't make contact with the kicker like that. A costly special teams penalty. You've got to know your path in front of the kicker. Offense comes back on the field. So it's 1st and 10 after that costly defensive penalty on 4th down. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. The run to the right. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, this is very interesting because now down here in the red zone, you know it's not going to be easy throwing it because the windows are small. Can they run the ball against the best run defense in the entire nation? This is as big a challenge as you're going to find offensively.
Makes the grab. And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short. And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. What a disappointment. No good. After that miss, still a 7-point game, guys. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. To throw, it's Sayin. The throw to the outside is complete. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. They were backed up, and then suddenly they weren't. They've got it 1st and 10 now inside the 50. Got it in the middle. It's Graham.
Well, they execute the in route. How about the arm strength by the QB? That was an absolute bullet on that completion.
The Buckeyes with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Back to pass. Quick completion on the out route. They stop him at the 22, 15-yard pickup on the play, and a first down just outside the red zone. Looking to throw on first down. That's caught. It's Peoples. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here, and we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Gonna look downfield again. Flips it out on the screen. Headed to the end zone. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Buckeyes! That touchdown puts them up by at least 2 scores. Too early to say it's over? Probably, but boy, it's starting to feel that way.
It might not be over, but you're in trouble, and you better find some answers really, really quickly. This team is putting everything together, and right now you got nothing going. Come on, give me something.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, week to week, you just never know, which is why we're here with an update. Tennessee is currently ahead in this one, but unlike the days of Neyland and Fulmer and Majors, this has not been a blowout today in Knoxville. They're up by a field goal over New Mexico State. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. He'll do it himself. He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. The corners are walked up tight. Scanning the field is Iamaleava. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Touchdown, Ohio State. The defense putting points on the board. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance.
Man, defenses are always trying to force turnovers, to get the ball back to their offense, make those big plays. You know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you force the turnover, the pill hits the ground, you scoop it up, and you take it all the way back to the house. Huge play for this defense.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. UCLA will go back to work on offense. They really need to get points on this drive to sort of steady the ship. To the air on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Robinson. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. And the Bruins in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. Grab near the marker. It's Robinson. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Wants to throw on first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Thomas. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the first down. Catch in the middle, it's Robinson. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. Handoff from the gun. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. The Bruins with myriad options after that big pickup on first down.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat.
And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Looking to pass. It's Iamaleava. Finds his big tight end. He ended up going backwards on the play, and they will not convert that third down. And the Bruins will punt it away on fourth down. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the punt hits at the 8 and goes into the end zone for the touchback. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, Dave. He hurls one deep down the left side. And he's got it inside the 35. This guy's going after a day sort of like the one Joey Galloway had against Michigan State in '93, already well on his way.
And Joey Galloway had that bite.
Unleashes one deep. And good coverage there to knock. And deny the score. Let's talk just for a second about Ohio State. A big-name running back, always a great get in the recruiting world. Four-star running back they got last week. Seems as if he'll fit in nicely here.
Oh, he's going to be a great fit. I mean, when you get a great player like that, the whole fan base gets jacked up. You see it all over social media, and it starts to build some momentum in your recruiting class.
Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
On fourth down, going to the air. Grabbed over the middle. It's Smith. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. With that last catch, he now breaks the 1,500-yard mark for his career.
And that's a pretty good accomplishment, man. Hitting 1,500 yards, that speaks to your consistency, your durability, and your playmaking ability, Palmer, to consistently make plays. Because when you got those guys as a quarterback, you find them.
It's pretty nice. 1,500 yards, obviously a great number.
Touchdown, Buckeyes! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And this crowd was already jacked up. They were already excited. They were already making a difference in this football game, and the offense continues to pile on and give them something to cheer about. 27-0 here in the first half. This has been all home team.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 28-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finish things up with a dart from 24 yards out. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started.
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
Boy, this defense is ridiculous. On point, they know how to rush the passers. Multiple guys getting it done. 5 sacks, and we are still in the first half.
Tries to do it himself on the draw. He cannot get there. It'll be fourth down. The Bruins will punt this one away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Corrals it at the 45. And the punt team able to him to the ground. So the first play of the drive starting here from the 45. Looking to throw, it's Sayin. He rifles one deep down the right side. Touchdown, Ohio State! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. A lot of glorious days in the history of the Buckeyes, and this might put this guy right at the top of the list for a single game.
And that list of names is incredible. Like, we can go down the list of so many guys that have been such great playmakers, so dynamic. So to think about putting yourself in that category, we're going to be talking about winning trophies and this guy being an All-American by season's end.
On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. UCLA will go back to work on offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. Gets a turnover.
And that's a great job by this defense, limiting the yards after catch. We know guys are going to get the football in their hands, and he gets the ball out quick, gets it to him. Nice job running to the football. When you chase the football, man, a lot of good things happen. That ball pops out, you recover it, a forced turnover.
Quickly complete. Corralled and forced out of bounds. Mark it right at the 16-yard line, and man, are they in business. From the 17-yard line, threatening to score on 1st and 10. Headed to the end zone. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stopped.
All right, defensive ends, you've got to do a better job not getting too far up the field on these pass rush situations. You've got to be able to retrace. You can get to the level of the quarterback, but then you've got to slow yourself down under control. It's making it way too easy on this QB to know, hey, when these guys get upfield too much and there's a lane, I'm taking off. It's just too easy for me with my speed.
Looking for a man. It's Sayin. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Fit it in the window for the score.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he tacked on the extra point. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, while we have a moment, let's peek in on what's going on in a big one in the American. East Carolina is down, but they are not out of it. Not there inside Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium. One of the more enjoyable places to watch a game in all of college football. They're trailing by 11 to Memphis. Ought to be fun, fellas, to see how things play out in this notable matchup in the American.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. That's reeled in. It's Thomas. At the 35, he's open. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. Wants to go up top on first down. Makes the grab. It's Flores.
In the slant route, you got to put that foot in the ground and cut in a hurry so you can create a little bit of separation from that cornerback, and a nice job with the concentration, plucking that football, pulling it in.
Finds his big tight end. Defense there to get him out of bounds as he gets it down to the 48.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
Dropping back, it's Iamaleava. The throw. Just a short pass to the tight end. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Now on second down. They'll run play action. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. They'll run the screen. No, sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
When they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field, you saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though, how quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
Special teams coming through as they pin them back. They'll mark it dead at the 10. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with a young fella on the sideline and be like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
Less than half minute to play here in the half. Let's see how aggressive they are on 1st and 10. Quarterback may change this route. Looking downfield on 1st down. Makes the catch. It's ball. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 with the 1st down. The magic bead is spinning out of control. Already over 200 yards in the 1st half.
Yeah, they're being aggressive offensively, throwing the football, trying to take advantage of this defense on the back end. They've got their quarterback right now in a groove.
Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Here's the handoff. Jukes his way for more. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. That's going to wrap up the 1st half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, looks like we've got a great one going down in Columbus today. And how do we possibly begin without singing the praises of this receiver? His ability to find gaps, run textbook routes, and then show that breakaway speed. He simply is the total package. How this secondary responds, whether they try to double team him or get aggressive at the line, that'll be the story of this 2nd half. And with that, we send it back to the guys in the shoe.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. And the Bruins will kick it off to start the 2nd half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Let's see if they can keep that 1st half momentum rolling. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Might be changing the route. Looking to throw, it's Sayin. Right on the money.
You know, it's one thing to have all the accolades preseason and have all the expectations, but it's another thing to be able to go out and execute week in, week out. He's done that. He now has over 1,500 receiving yards on the year.
And the Buckeyes can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Back to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Smith. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. He's going to run it. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
Going to swing it on 2nd down. Makes the grab. It's ball. The Buckeyes get enough for the 1st down.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? Second down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll
breaks into the open. Drills him with the stiff arm. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field. What a big gain.
And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. And at this point, they're just rubbing their noses at it.
There's nothing positive to be able to take away from this. You got to be... You move on to the next game. Start working on the next opponent. This one's over.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point was good to finish things off. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Breaks the tackle. Maybe picked up a couple. He's down at the 24.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Quick release by the QB. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. The Bruins are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. On 3rd and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Looking to throw on 1st down. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. And the Bruins trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play.
And I tell you what, this guy's making a name for himself. 2 sacks last week. He's got 2 today already. He is terrorizing quarterbacks.
Well, the design QB run is now a staple play in college football, and it's because they get more blockers involved. And when you got athletes like this playing the quarterback position, it's a no-brainer. Just let him go do work. You saw on that one.
He's got 1st down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49.
Well, with the weapons this offense has, you knew it was just a matter of time in the run game before someone was going to break a long one. They'd just been running into a wall. They just couldn't seem to find their creases and get enough movement up front, but they finally got it there, picking up the first. Let's see what happens next.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Fires deep toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Wants to go up top. Finds the tight end. He'll step out of bounds right at the 27. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. And they'll put 3 on the board, but the deficit remains huge.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. If you like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough physical running by these ball carriers.
And now you wonder how the defense responds. Like, are they going to get way more?
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. The #1 job is to protect your quarterback, and they weren't able to do it long enough that time.
This offensive line, Reese, they've got to do a better job communicating pre-snap and try and figure out which people on defense are going to be rushing the passer. Right now, this offense just looks confused up front.
Hard-hitting tackle. The Buckeyes come to the line in the hurry-up. To the air, it's Sayin. Release to the back. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. And that decision will be questioned for a while. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here in the 2nd drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. 3rd play of the drive, and they need to take advantage of this field position by making something happen on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the tight end. There is nowhere to go. He is stopped, and it'll be 4th down from the 23. They'll play it safe and send out the field goal unit. He needs to make sure those mechanics are pure from the right hash and 40 yards. It's right down the boulevard. Well, they got 3 back, but that's about all you can say about it.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. We'll see if that failed fourth down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive.
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. And the Buckeyes with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Dropping back, it's St. Clair. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now has taken out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place. And that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. The Buckeyes send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Gets his first one of the day off. He was called on 4 times in last week's win. Typically at this spot on the field, you make a fair catch. I'd call that risk aversive, but it is good field position. They'll start this drive at their own 48. Got it in the middle, it's Flores. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down.
At the 36-yard line. First down for the offense. Let's go. Right. Double. Let's go.
Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive 4th quarter comeback. Final stands in the game, and we'll start with the 1st down. To the air on 1st down. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. The Bruins have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Off the play fake. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
And I bet the frustration meter for this offense is so high. If you can't keep your quarterback upright, it's hard to move the ball. It's hard to score points. This offensive line has not protected him at all, and that's why so many sacks keep happening.
And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. And the Bruins will line up to punt it away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. And nobody able to handle that punt. They'll let it bounce and roll out of bounds. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Oh, he's got a chance. Getting behind those pads and behind a stiff arm to get it out to the 27.
And this is the part of the game where you could really see this guy take over, right? Like, you've got the lead, the big running back. He's physical in the fourth quarter, starting to get a little bit tired. Let's see if he can keep this going.
The Buckeyes can really attack on this 2nd and short. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. The kick is on its way. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. They'll start this drive at their own 48. They'll run it from the gun. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Looking to fire. Got a man, it's Shaw. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the 1st down mark. The Bruins are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. Quickly to the tight end. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the 1st down. They've got it at the 40. And the Bruins come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Trying to escape and get it himself. Turning it on.
It's just so hard to stop. There is no rhyme. There is no reason. He just scrambles around, makes people miss, and the next thing you know, you look up and he's 20, 30 yards down the field, and there's nothing you can do about it.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. They'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Tried to pound it on 1st down. Now back to the line. The run from the shotgun. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He wants it all. And it's incomplete as he was trying to make the play in the back corner of the end zone. And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. And he'll try to knock it through from 33 yards out. Right down the boulevard. It's good. And the field goal is good. They get 3 on the board, but it really doesn't matter much in terms of the deficit.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. So they picked up that last 1st down on the ground, now with a fresh set of downs. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
And the Buckeyes line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. To the ground to try to move the chains. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss. Never a doubt they lead the offense on the field. 4th and short from the 48. Off off the RPO. Throw right, looking for the chains. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down? Secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. Wants to throw on first down. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the board and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit. There's not enough of that today.
It'll be third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Couldn't quite haul it in. They almost had their first pick here late in the game.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The Bruins will try to pin them back with the punt. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. And no chance for the return man to get his hands on that one as it hops out of bounds. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. This is quickly turning into a celebration, Jesse, as they've taken control of this game.
And they should feel good about how they've played. They knew they had to come in here, protect home turf. They've gone out, they've run it well, they've thrown it well, David. Really, so much that this coaching staff can be happy about.
Yeah, and now it's about stat padding, right? Like you could just put up more numbers. You know this game's pretty good. Don't turn it over, don't make a mistake, but this game is well in hand.
Maybe can be a little more aggressive here after the offsides penalty. It's 1st and 5. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Bringing it back. And it's going to be a pick 6. Touchdown, Bruins.
And this defense has had a rough day, but how about this play? Breaking on the football, making the pick, taking it to the house, maybe build some momentum for some future games.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week in the American, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. East Carolina has the lead right now. Greenville has been buzzing all week, but this game is hardly over. There is time left on that clock. They're up by a field goal over Memphis. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this clash in the American you should know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Changing on the move. It'll be a first down at the 29. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Might as well give it to him again. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. With the clock running, this should be the final play. Hands it off on the counter. And that is how we will wrap this one up. When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.